South Africa, the day is today. ANC, EFF, DA, or Umkhonto weSizwe. These are the frontline running parties that are likely to be on top in the next 5 years. The first cause for concern is what the polls are saying. The polls are saying 34% for ANC, 31% for DA, 18% for EFF, 9% for Umkhonto weSizwe. While polls are not to be fully trusted, but they paint a picture of what is likely to happen on the day of the polls. It's highly likely that ANC might fall below 50, which could be very contentious, especially when you look at the presidency. Now, the other challenge that makes this poll to be unpredictable is the young voters. A lot of young voters in Africa are not interested to vote. Why? Some of them, they are not politically motivated to vote. Some of the young African vote are simply tired of seeing the same process repeating itself. When you look into Africa, there's no change to talk about. There's no inclusion of young people. Young people are trying to flee to go into the Mediterranean Sea so that they can find their way into Europe. Same applies in South Africa. A study shows that a lot of young people that are between 18 years and 35 years, they are not interested in voting. They are either interested in amapiano, they're interested in things that have nothing to do with politics, which is very worrying. Whilst the old age are regular voters, are people who are dedicated to vote. They understand what voting is like. Some of them, they lived under the apartheid and they knew how it was not to be allowed to vote. So they are dedicated voters. These are some of the people that dictate what this polls is going to be looking like. But looking at what EFF has done, especially in their entry into the tertiary universities, it's highly likely that there is going to be higher turnout of voters for young people because they are motivated to see one of their own on the ballot box. And one of their own in this form is Julius Malema, seriously under 50. He is the only candidate in this plebiscite who is representing the young people. So, is it going to be EFF, ANC, and MK that are going to unite and put out in the called DA? Or it's going to be DA and ANC that are going to merge their vote and form a coalition? Who is going to emerge the coalition partner in this plebiscite? Obviously, we're going to find out. And please go out and vote.